everybody, it's your old friends of Monday Madness, and welcome to another episode of the Philly Guild? I think I might try that again. Hello everybody, it's your old friends of Monday Madness, and welcome to another episode of the Jelly-Filled Donut Podcast. Got it right this time. Oh dear, that should be a sackable offence. Yeah. Your old friends Jonathan, James and Burpot joining you as ever on our 5th episode here on the Low Blows Network. So thank you for listening in if you are. So last week we did the Metapod episode, which went very well for everyone involved.
Yeah.
We have just about recovered.
Just about, yes. We took a breather and we're now fine because after watching two Metapods harden to oblivion, you do kind of need to give yourself a bit of like mind space after that. Palate. Exactly.
Cleanse your palate down.
Anyway, so our episode this time up is Showdown in Pewter City. Lads, it's time for our first gym battle. Long awaited, yeah. Now, as we all know, Ash has got like a whole lot of experience now, so he should have no problem with this battle. It's a first rung on the ladder. It's fairly straightforward. Like,
takes most people about maybe an hour to get past this point.
Probably, if you know what you're doing, probably less. Like, if you just go straight on like one Pokemon, don't catch anything, just straight to it. Like, you get there 20 minutes. Like, yeah.
But if you're realistic, this is like,
if you're taking your time and actually like playing it seriously, about half an hour thereabouts. Ash and Duderhand 4 weeks. So
4 weeks, here we go.
Yeah. Okay, so we get our opening credits. We fade into somebody digging a hole in the ground. And it's Team Rocket. They pop out of the hole, recite their motto, because I guess they have to rehearse. Yeah. Maybe. You don't want to get their motto wrong. Like, as I just said in the intro, like, if you get the intro wrong, you're fucked really, aren't you? Like,
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count, yeah.
It's like reading Miranda rights whenever you're arresting someone.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And if you get the wrong rights, then the arrest doesn't count.
Team Rocket said their motto, Pikachu is rightly theirs now.
Sustained.
Officer Jenny can't do anything.
No, it is legally binding. They said the motto. In fairness, the fact that you didn't run away while they were saying the motto means that you don't deserve the Pikachu. You just didn't use your head. Like, anyway,
we gave you 30 seconds to run away. You did not use it in that time.
What else are we supposed to take from this? Yeah. Like, you're just giving off the wrong impression here. Yeah. So yes, that's exactly what happens. Meowth stops digging. Turns out they were setting up a pitfall trap for Ash and Pikachu. Again, I like that they're already like getting into the mindset of like setting traps, right? Let's get smarter about this.
Coyote.
Proper, yeah. Yeah. But the problem is like, and this is such a shame, like, because obviously they have been like, they must be masters of these traps because they're so good at them. They didn't even notice where it is when they're setting it up. Yep. They look so good. It's so well camouflaged. Not even like a giant like a trim around it or an X or maybe a branch pointing this way. Nothing. So they just go, right, well, I presume we'll just deal with this as it comes in. They take a step and fall into their own pitfall. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much all of Team Rocket will be getting this.
Team Rocket, to be fair.
So we're not going to like give them suggestions on this because there is no scenario. They just fucked up before they started. Yep. So what else are we supposed to take from that?
This gives a good plot device as to why they don't come in and ruin his, the gym battle. Yeah. That, like the kids waiting at home for their heroes, Jesse and James, to show up and rescue Pikachu from, the evil Ash Ketchum.
Yes.
They have to have some reason for them not to show up and save the day. Yeah.
I do love that you're painting Team Rocket as the protagonists here. I suppose they would think they're being the good guys here, aren't they?
Yeah. They're edgy teens. They're going through that environmentalist phase.
Yeah, exactly. Save the whales! Just while throwing a harpoon at them. So yes. We got our title screen then, and we see our two protagonists, I guess, Ash and Misty, pop up to this kind of high area. Ash spots a rock, walks on it to get a good look at Pewter City and how grey it is, because that's the whole
Stony
point.
Grey soil.
I love it well, like, because like it does kind of harken back to like Pokemon Yellow, where they actually were able to get colours in. Yeah. And there was like really like thick filters of colour. Yeah. So you walk in like, Pallet Town, okay, it's all blue. It's bluish here. Yeah. Radiant, nice and green. It's happy. Pewter, grey. Yeah. Grey and miserable. We have had no sun here for 45 years. What's the weather in Pewter City like? Overcast. Like it is every day.
It's basically the Belfast of the game.
Yeah, exactly. That explains all the accents as well, like, doesn't it? Yeah. And the fucking the museum too. Yeah, checks out. So,
you want to go up and see the giant rock display?
Oh, you mean the giant rock display or the other giant rock display?
Yeah.
This is the most bombed rock display in the world.
In fact, that's how Pewter City was made. It was one massive bomb. Back when the IRA were terrorising Kanto.
Strategic bombs actually built this city.
It flattened it to the ground, making the soil slightly easier to plant on.
This city with strategic
Bombs. That really should be the slogan of the new IRA. In fairness, it would really get the youth in, you know.
Starship will get some, money rolling in.
I'm sure they will. If they put on a balaclava, they can get on that. Yeah.
Explode should be super effective against rock types.
It should, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Alas,
that would make so much sense.
Alas, here we are.
Anyway.
Yes. We should. I think you should write a complaint to Pokemon about that, saying, "Sir, your explosions are unrealistic."
From an expert.
From an expert in them, I can tell you. I've blown up many rocks in my time. So, yes, Ash sits down on the rock, says he's thankful he's out of the Viridian Forest. We can't decide how long he's been there. Let's just assume it was quite a while.
Several months.
He comes out as like 2 stone.
The amount of time that we've been in lockdown is how long he's taken to walk through it.
I choose to believe that's true. Yeah. This is all happening in real time.
Yeah.
So someone responds to him, talking about how grey Pewter City is, and he has a real drawn-out voice. It's the colour of stone, and it makes me so happy to talk about stone. So it turns out he's actually just underneath Ash all this time, selling rocks, because his name is Flint. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You get it? His name is Flint. Lads, do you understand? Flint is like a...
It's a type of
stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, stone, yeah. So yes, he's selling him merchandise. It's essentially a market stall for rocks.
With googly eyes.
No, I didn't see any googly eyes. I presume you get the googly eyes yourself and then put them on.
Oh, so to make your own pet rock.
This is it, yeah. So this he supplies the rock and then you supply the googly eyes if you're mentally unstable enough to do it.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
But like I said, you have to get the license for it as well. It's a headache, really. So yes, apparently these are souvenirs of Pewter City, right? So you can do with them what you will, so long as you've got them here. They're certified, they're accredited. Definitely rocks from Pewter City. But Ash says no to it. He doesn't want the pet rock.
Doesn't want a souvenir.
No, he doesn't want people to know he was in Pewter City because it might give him a false pretense of being a traveller, I guess.
In fairness, I have that attitude with Belfast.
I do love that we already pinned down. Yeah, Pewter's definitely Belfast. I love when we go to next town. Now we'll have to find an Irish equivalent of it. That's how it's going to go.
Oh, okay.
This will be interesting. Yeah, look, we already had Pallet and Viridian. Pallet's very Athlone, isn't it?
Yeah,
very Athlone. Yeah. Viridian is Limerick. Nice.
Viridian need bugs, so I'm gonna say Longford.
Longford's good, yeah, actually, yeah, a lot of forest too.
Yeah,
that checks out, yeah.
Gang
warfare. I don't know anything about.
Gang warfare.
That's why Limerick might be a better shout.
That's a good shout. Yeah. Well, we're actually going to Limerick in a couple of episodes, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, lads. Yeah, exactly. So yes. Moving on then. We're looking to get a Pokemon Center. Flint will guide us there. Providing we pay for the $2 that we did sitting on his rocks.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realise that was a service in Pewter City. Hey, do you want to sit on a rock? Yes, I would love to. $2. Thank you.
Sit on my pebbles.
That's an excerpt from Burkhart's OnlyFans page. So Ash gets confused then as he notices Nurse Joy. Turns out she's the older sister of the one in Viridian. And I'm sure this conversation won't pop up another 17,000 times in the show.
It is mad how they all look the same, but
very strong genetics.
Yeah.
Very strong genetics.
And the same outfit and everything.
Well, you have to keep them on brand.
Wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, and same hairstyle. That hairstyle's out there. And for all of them to have that same out there hairstyle.
For a nurse as well,
doesn't seem very hygienic.
No, it doesn't. I don't think there's many things in the Pokemon universe that were hygienic.
How much PPE would you waste trying to, protect her hair?
I didn't really want to think of what a pandemic could do in the Pokemon universe, to be honest. There was a lot more things happening in my brain that for me to consider that.
Yeah, that's
fair. Chime in what you think would have happened if COVID-19 attacked Pokemon. I'm sure it would have gone fairly well for everybody involved.
Coughing would have loved it.
Everyone would have killed Zubat straight away just for their own well-being. It was like, this is all your fault. It's like, I'm doing nothing. It's your fault for eating me.
Stop appearing in caves and startling us.
Startling us so much that we have to cook you in a soup. That's the only thing we can do to get rid of you. So, Joy then directs Ash to a poster while he's waiting for his Pokemon to heal up. And it's the regional championships of the Pokemon League. Mm-hmm. Fun fact, by the way, the poster itself is from the trading card game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The actual symbols they use there are the types in the card game, where you have like psychic, fire, water, grass, and it's the same symbols they use on electric. In the trading card game, they include like another type called science, which is basically like a catch-all term for like poison and like psychic, basically. It's just like, oh, this is like the blind spot in the game. Here's all the poison psychic types, as opposed to the grass types that weren't poison.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a bit confusing, but it's not an official type in the trading card game, thankfully. And then later on, they introduced Dark and Steel as types.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
Yeah. Fun fact. So, to compete, apparently you have to beat the gym leaders and get their badges. This is completely new information for Pokemon. This has never been done before, and will almost certainly be never done again in the next 30 years. It's a one-off. Yeah. It's good. Like it makes
area has its own unique twist on it.
They're all different takes.
I'm just being reminded of like regionals in Glee. You need to get to regionals, and then it's like, what is a regional? But yeah.
I'm actually just more disappointed in you that you know anything about Glee.
To be fair, I'm literally just quoting Community.
Okay. Oh, so
yeah. Slagging.
You're slagging off Glee, right? So it's a second-hand reference of Glee.
Yeah.
Probably third-hand reference.
Third half, yeah. That's good, actually. No, I just need to double check, or else I would have had to cancel you.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah,
no, I wanted to clear that up.
She was talking about how folks were icky last episode.
I know that.
She's as much of a tomboy as she lets on.
This is it. Like, I think she has like a soft core of girly just in there somewhere. Like, you know, just check like in their house. Just check the house every now and then and see if there's like a secret Barbie collection or something.
Wait until we get to the Clefairy episode, and then you'll see the real girl come out. It's so cute.
We're actually gonna be keeping check of that. We're gonna do like girl watch during that episode. Flint laughs at Ash's suggestion that he will challenge the first gym, which is Brock in Pewter City.
Yeah.
In fact, Flint just keeps laughing it off. He's like, haha, you'll never beat Brock. Haha. Just walks off. Man is like zero charisma. But I suppose that's the point, isn't it?
Stone face.
Almost stone face, yeah. Stoic. Yeah. Solid as a rock.
Father Stone.
Yeah, it's good, fine, thanks. So over lunch, Ash gets annoyed over Flint laughing, but Misty advises him that gym leaders are tougher than most trainers, or else they wouldn't be gym leaders. It's almost like there's some sort of challenge on the way to your quest for glory. Yeah. So Misty offers her advice. I mean, why would she offer advice? Like, what the fuck is she like?
She just wants her bike back.
Exactly. Yeah. What I still think she should be stressing the bike here at this point. Really.
I feel like it's been forgotten.
Yeah. I think that's what's the problem. Like, I think she's even forgotten it as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned about.
This is like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
It's been 6 months of him being in the forest. At this stage, I think she'd have let it go.
Maybe she did forget about it because of all the bugs. Maybe there's some sort of like trauma kicked in where like
PTSD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. PTSD maybe. Yeah. So.
Off screen, it was get that Kakuna off me, and I'll forget to bike that.
Yeah, maybe Ash saved her from like a massive scyther by just like bumbling his way through. I was like, oh, I'm forever in your debt. Oh, death, you say? Funny you should mention that. Yeah. Anyway, so Ash refuses Misty's advice because she's a Nicky girl who doesn't know anything. Misty walks off naturally and leaves Ash with the bill, which is 1,100 yen. Not bad for her lunch, I suppose.
Yeah.
Still prefer my Carvey though, in fairness. Ash gets his Pokemon back and heads to the Pewter City gym, which is nicely called Pewter City in like the fucking X-Files font at the top left. Just so you know, which rocky building is which. So Ash walks in, no lights on, wanders around and Brock is sitting crouched on a stone, as is the style in Pewter City.
Yep.
We don't like comfort here, apparently. So
he bought that stone, so he's not getting charged for it.
Oh, naturally, yeah. Like that's partly it's like getting it from IKEA. Like you get a flat pack stone, you put it together yourself, and then you just sit on it. Like, you know, it's like Flint is like more of like a kind of like a independent. Like he's like an Etsy store, if you know what I mean, but for rocks.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't understand. I presume you can get rocks on Etsy. I haven't checked now, in fairness.
Maybe with googly eyes on them.
Possibly, yeah, as actual pet rocks. Yeah. If you want to advertise your pet rocks on this podcast, get in touch and we can do it on the next episode. Don't actually, I was joking. So, Brock goes on then about special rules and authorization, all the boring stuff that the first gym leader has to do. It's all part of the regs. So the lights come on, snaps his fingers, and it's going to be a 2 versus 2 battle. That's how it's going to go. So he asks how long he's had his Pikachu.
Which gives us a timeline.
Yes, crucial.
Real, air quotes, life timeline of 2 weeks he's had Pikachu.
2 weeks. So that's 2 weeks from...
Can I say 2 weeks and he only has Pikachu,
Pidgeotto and Butterfree.
And a Butterfree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10-year-old me would wipe the floor with Ash, and I was not good at Pokemon. I was all in it for the collection rights.
No, did Ash run out of Pokeballs as he was in the forest and he couldn't catch anything?
Kept throwing them at fucking rocks.
Trees.
Just there, like throwing out trees, going like, Ash, that's not a Pokemon, but it looks like one. It's a fucking tree.
It moved. The wind, Ash.
It's still looking at me. Oh, never mind.
Sudowoodo is not a thing yet.
He's there, just there, whittling, going. Just there. There's like one Sudowoodo in there going, I'm not discovered yet. Fuck yous.
Every time Misty looks away, Sudowoodo moves again.
Then just like pretending to be Misty. He's like.
There's a Sudowoodo in every scene of Pokemon.
You just didn't notice it,
No,
yeah.
I just never noticed it.
He's just blended. He's like blending into the crowd. He's like fucking. He's the Waldo of the Pokemon universe. He's like, can you find Sudowoodo here? No. Still no. Not
I
here.
actually love that. If you look back on old episodes and like notice that there was like a Where's Wally of different Pokemon each episode, like you might find like Sudowoodo in a forest, or you might see the floaty rock boy Geodude just like lying on the path.
Floaty rock boy.
I love that we got both that from there. It's like floaty rock boy. No, you're not seeing this, lads, but she's doing like an arms pose, like the fucking dog at a Tom and Jerry. It's just like. Oh, anyway, so yes, the battle.
There goes my hint for the.
James is frantically checking his phone for a new Pokemon. Yeah. So yes,
Floaty arm boy.
Floaty arm boy. There's the title for your podcast, Dirk. So 2 weeks we've had Pikachu. It's still in its cute phase, apparently. So it's not going to win. Yeah. You know, that's solid maths there, in fairness.
Also, it doesn't mention the fact that, electric types are completely ineffective.
Oh, let's not mention that part.
No, okay.
No. Let's let Ash discover that for himself.
Okay.
That's the fun part. So Ash gets defensive about it, so Brock accepts his challenge and clicks his fingers. Lights come on, rocky terrain emerges from the side to make the field. I like it. It's a nice bit of it's good. It's a nice gimmick. Brock leaps off his platform onto the field. You can tell he's been practicing his like epic walk on all this time and decided jump.
Superhero landing.
Exactly, yeah. So we then get our first battle of the episode. So Pikachu is brought out by Ash and Onix is brought out by Brock. Mm-hmm. Onix, if you don't know, is a 12-foot rock snake. So Pikachu is at quite a disadvantage here. Scares off Pikachu. He tries to tag in Pidgeotto, quite literally tag in using the ball. It's like, let me out. Pikachu is forced back onto the field. Pikachu tries to run away again from a tackle, but gets caught in a bind attack. Ash suggests Ash tries a Thunder Shock, but no effect on Onix. So Brock then reminds him that a weak electric move won't work. So that's a key point there. Another plot point. He tries to get Pikachu to retreat, but Onix has Pikachu in the squeeze here, and that's it. Yeah, exactly. Which does actually work in the game, by the way. You can't retreat if you're bound. So Ash surrenders, and that's the end of the battle. So I suppose we can do a quick-ish battle mode here. Like, it's not going to end well for Pikachu from point blank, is it?
Yeah, no.
If it's just Onix versus Pikachu, we know Onix, if we're going by the game, fairly low level, level 15 thereabouts, only knows tackle and bind, which is the case in the game as well. Pikachu would know stuff like Thunder Shock and Thunderbolt. There would be maybe a quick, as we don't really know,
a quick attack, cause
possibly, yeah.
If not, then there's no way Pikachu wins.
Yes, it's practically impossible.
Yeah.
And especially considering that we obviously didn't see any other Pokemon out there. The battle just ended before it developed. But even still, Ash is fuck all useful here.
Yeah.
Because okay, granted, I know from the original games, a rock type is kind of a cruel mistress in your starting off point if you've got the wrong Pokemon.
Yeah.
If you went for Charmander or Pikachu, you're kind of screwed. Especially if you weren't aware that like there's a Mankey over there or Nidoran that knows double kick, then you're laughing. So in a way, I wouldn't say I sympathise, but if you were going in blind, let's say, and you didn't realise it's a rock type, and then suddenly, ground type as well, that's what fucks you up.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see that point. So yeah, we just say like Onyx just murders Pikachu here, obviously. So yes, Ash walks out cradling his Pikachu that's looking a bit sore, as you would be, being squeezed by a 12-foot rock snake. Stopped by Flint, who tells him to come with him. So Pikachu's in like a happy little bed with a little like cloth over his head, because obviously he picked up a fever during that battle. Ash is sitting watching, and Flint brings over a nice little tea set and tells him that you can't win all the time, which is a pretty or ever, yeah. So it's a pretty bad thing to say to a Pokemon trainer who wants to be the best like no one ever was, but here we are. Ash is annoyed by how far behind he is. Shockingly. It was almost like...
At least he's realising it. Like, acceptance is the first...
It's the first step. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's good, though, in a way. So Flint says Brock can go further than being Pewter City's gym leader, but doesn't. And the reason is because he's got a family to look after. So Brock has his reasons. You look across the way, which is very convenient, actually. You know, it's nice how...
It happens to be there.
Yeah, it just happens to be there. Like, and you can see, like... Brock, like, after having the cool like Superman pose, leaping from rocks and having like a massive rock snake as your pal, to completely emasculate him by having him wear an apron and like looking after 10 children, but going, yes, I'll sew it next time. I love being a mother. Okay, it's actually kind of endearing in a way, but it really does like ruin his character from like the start from finish, doesn't it? It's just like saying like, it's like, well, I hope you enjoyed that character. Now he's ruined for you. Take that, male icons. So yes, he doesn't have the Ash actually feels sorry for Brock, and he says he might not have the heart for a rematch because the father left him behind. He was father left to become a Pokemon trainer, whereas the mother died of mysterious illness. Let's presume COVID-19 for Pig Iron, and
dust inhalation.
Dust inhalation, yeah.
Caught in the blast zone.
Yes. Cause of death, didn't get out in time. Flint stops, noticing Ash said he could never beat Brock, but Ash thinks if he superpowers Pikachu, he may be able to beat him. Flint has an idea, and that's when we cut to an ad break.
Right.
So as is the case on these podcasts, we don't have ads to give you, but we do have a Who's That Pokemon segment.
Pokemon!
Who's that Pokemon?
Do.
And I don't know why I even bothered to record the jingle in the first place, really. So yes, if you're not familiar, we are going to take guesses at a mystery Pokemon that one of us has put forward. This time it's James. Okay. So this is interesting because Burtbot is currently in the lead of this series by 2 points. I haven't got any points on the board yet, which is quite humiliating, to be honest.
So who do I want to... Do I see you get onto the board?
Or do
I want Burtbot to push ahead?
Let's general mind.
Just remember who you live with.
And I can't have you here, so so you have no alternative here. So anyway, so James, it's your twist.
Alright, 5 points each to begin with.
Yes.
You each get a guess. For every time you don't get it right, that's a point taken away.
Point taken away, yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to start off with its Pokedex entry.
Go for it.
So, rolls on steep, mountainous trails. It plows through grass, trees, and anything else that gets in its way. Burtbot, first guess with you.
Golem.
I will say Graveler.
Jonathan's on the board.
Yes! My pen! No.
It was a pick'em in fairness, like.
My first thought was Graveler, which was what I was thinking of when I was trying to remember Boldy Boy. And Graveler kept coming into my head, and then because of that reason I didn't pick him.
You overthought Graveler.
I overthought Graveler. I don't think anyone in the history of the world has ever done that before. You see, this is what problem is. No one remembers Graveler. It's all either Golem or Geodude, apparently. It's sad, really. You know, it really is sad.
It has 4 arms. Why?
Why not?
It goes from 2 arms to 4 arms to 2 arms.
It was for climbing, and then Golem said, fuck this. Maybe Golem does have forearms. You just don't
Maybe
notice it.
Grappler is just the climbing up to the top of the mountain part, and then they become a golem when they're rolling back down.
Oh, that could be it too, actually. Yeah.
So I'm
Golem's
right.
also a snake for some reason. Like a snake head.
Yeah.
Or turtle.
Turtle head even.
Yeah, I think.
Graveler isn't though.
No.
Are you trying to say there's some sort of like continuity error between like Graveler and Golem? Is there?
Yeah, there he is though.
I feel like you're digging. You're trying to like break through some sort of like scandal here, which isn't there. But yes,
Right there.
the truth is indeed out there. But yes, that's 5 points to me, which puts me on the fucking board, thankfully. She's raging now because she can't earn points next round. So somebody is going to overtake her unless she picks something so obscure that we both fuck this up.
And like she'd really have to get a really obscure one.
Yes.
Because she's not that far ahead of us.
No, she's not, is she? It's opened up.
It's what, 975?
975 now, yeah.
975.
Ancient boat.
Excellent. Okay, so our second half starts then with a shot of a water wheel with the moon in the background. How scenic. It's actually a hydroelectric plant, and Flint thinks he can hook Pikachu up to it. It'll charge up the Pikachu and give us maximum power.
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead there, yeah.
So he hasn't gone back to his family because he's supercharging a mouse.
We don't know that yet. So, Ash thanks Flint and notices that he knows a lot about Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Flint's very defensive about it. So, shut up, no, I sell rocks. Of course, the river's dry, which is bad sign for a water wheel. But Flint has a plan B, which is basically switch the whole system around, let Ash work on the water wheel, and then we'll just hook Pikachu up to a generator. Now, I don't know if you lads are familiar with the Ballad of Lance Armstrong, but this is pretty much what he did. Like this is doping. This is illegal Pokemon doping. This is you don't add more fire to Magmar, or you don't feed like fucking seeds to a Bulbasaur. Like this is cheating. Point blank cheating. If anything, I think there should be a widespread ban on electric types because they're just so easy to dope, in my opinion. It's disgusting, really. But,
or if you give a load of psychic types spoons.
Yes. Or
that's doping.
Or kill more people.
Literal doping, because they can actually cook heroin on those spoons. So.
Look, you see, that's what gives them psychic powers. You see, it's the trace heroin on the spoons going like. If you ever look at Alakazam, his veins are fucked. Yeah, give petrol to Magmar. Yeah. Right. I don't know what equivalent to water type, but give them, I don't know, just some like
effervescent tablets.
Yes. Put them in a jacuzzi. To dope a Pokemon is not something I was going to think of in my lifetime, but now I really want to look into it now. How far can you go?
What do you think holding a charcoal is?
Yeah, but that's not doping. That's a little pick me up, like. No, I'll contest this. There's a difference between a held item.
One second. I'm gonna get you a hair and you can split it.
Oh, hell yeah! Let's split this hair right here, right now, right? But the difference between a hold item,
giving an electric Pokemon a magnet,
and fueling a Pokemon, there's a critical difference. Like, I don't recall in any Pokemon game you hook up a Pokemon to a generator to fucking get it up to maximum power. Prove me wrong, but I don't think that flies. Like, that's just. It's morally wrong. It's disgusting.
Replacing a beak with a sharper beak.
Yes. It's an improvement. It's not literally just like getting it from like 0 to 1,000. Z-Stones, on the other hand, that is doping. So, anyway, so Ashes moves up to generator. Start running the wheel. Generator's very slowly generating charge. Like Pikachu is obviously feeling the burn from this massive exercise. But Flint says it'll get used to the charge because, that's how capacity works, I guess. Misty spots Ash on the wheel, offers her help again to take down Brock. Yep. Ash goes, haha, no, I'm having a lot of fun here. I'm getting my calories burned.
Steps in for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ash is determined one way or the other to get this badge on his own merit. Yep. Good luck with that.
But it's not his own merit if Flint's helping him.
Details. So Misty mumbles that he'd better be using hers, which is almost a clue as if to what type of trainer she is. Yeah. So quick training montage, as you would normally get it. So Pikachu's absorbing too much charge and overloads the generator. which is, I suppose, is like the Rocky hugs Apollo in the sea type of sign off point. So yeah. So yes, Ash storms into the Pewter gym, kicks the doors down practically, and the battle starts again.
Yep.
So round 2, as it were. This time Brock starts off with Geodude. What was his name again? It wasn't Geodude initially. It was a Floaty Rock Boy, I believe.
Floaty Rock Boy.
Floaty Rock Boy, yeah. So Ash begins with Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto uses a Gust on the Floaty Rock Boy.
Yeah.
Does nothing because ground type. Hilarious. It's actually a very amusing animation where Geodude's trying to punch the Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto's going I don't know what I'm doing. It's this is Brock trying to educate us on flying types. So uses against rock types. What possible advantage could a bird have against a rock? I don't know. So Misty's watching from the stands at this point and encourages him to use his head, which is never going to work. And then apparently all of Brock's brothers and sisters comes in. Pidgeotto gets knocked out and it's Pikachu's turn then. So after some trash talking, Pikachu shocks Geodude, gets fried and completely knocked out.
Yeah.
So part 1 of the master plan is in succession here.
Yep.
So Onix comes out then. Pikachu tries a massive thunder attack that hits everything but Onix. So apparently, maybe the overcharge is just lost all accuracy as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's okay, maybe it's upgraded to a thunder attack, perhaps. Maybe we can justify it that way. Again, that's critical for later on. Pikachu gets stuck in a bind again. Another Thunder Pulse seems to be doing something. It's better, but the bind is still doing the trick here. Pikachu's getting squeezed, but then Brock has mercy. Tells Onix to stop.
Doesn't want to kill it.
Well, naturally, yeah. And obviously Ash is too stupid a creature to realise his Pokemon is in pain. So,
He doesn't care.
Doesn't care. No,
He wants to win.
Absolutely. That's. I suppose he has got the callousness of a Pokemon trainer, but not the rest of the skill set you need. So yeah, he lets go of Pikachu. He doesn't want to hurt Ash's Pokemon. So there was actually some fires up with the sprinklers at this time, and that sets off the fire alarm. Because, Jesus, health and safety, you can imagine, in a Pokemon gym is fucking lethal. Actually, if you were in a rock gym, would you not have a real problem with, water sprinklers for your fire?
I suppose, fire safety, it has to be done. And the chances of someone coming in with a Charizard or something to try and defeat an Onix.
But you'd be kind of insisting on something like foam, though, wouldn't you? A different type of extinguisher. You would not.
Sand.
Yeah, sand.
Ideal for the ground type.
Absolutely. You wouldn't go water sprinklers. I hope that doesn't affect me in any way in the next couple of years. We'll work with it. Or maybe that's why he's the first gym, because he's so hamstrung by regulations. You just.
Or it's a case
as far as you can go.
Okay, what can I afford? You can either go for the sand. I mean, sand is really expensive.
Yeah. Of course,
it's not like he can't even make his own.
Completely landlocked county.
Duty free is a mentalist. Fair.
Fuck it, just water, it'll do.
Alright, we can get water, we can get it from the local lake.
And that's why the lake is dry.
Yes!
The river's dry.
It's all gone to the sprinklers. Storytelling, lads. Don't say it's never in a Pokemon game. So the sprinklers set off and Onix gets soaked, which is something that doesn't happen until Generation 4. Pikachu lets off then a Thunderbolt that electrifies Onix and gets knocked out. So Ash tries to deal a finishing blow but gets blocked by his conscience, which amusingly looks a lot like Brock's brothers and sisters all clinging onto him. And that turns out, yes, that is actually the case. All of his brothers and sisters are clinging onto him. What I found very funny watching this back today, the two of the children clinging onto him is the same voice actor as Misty. You can kind of tell that's her going no, you can't do anything. I won't let you. And then the other one is clearly Ash's voice actor doing the same thing. It was I do kind of appreciate the low budgetness of that.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular.
We are
that low budget.
We are not buying 3 more voice actors to play 3 kids with 1 line. Do it yourself. In fact, get the Meowth to do it. So I just kind of found that funny. So yes. Obviously, his brothers and sisters don't want to see Onix suffer, and Ash then retreats Pikachu. And that's how the battle ends. So, I suppose this is where we come in then to kind of describe how it should have happened.
Yeah.
So, the information that we have is we have Floaty Rock Boy.
Yeah.
At about level 10. Right?
Yeah.
Only knows tackle as far as we know, so it's fairly low leveled, even for a gym. Onyx, on the other hand, about level 15.
Yeah.
So again, quite low leveled, only knows tackle and bind. In the original, in the games, it would know bide, but that's a learnt move, so it doesn't count.
And just this might be like coming from the game's perspective. This is your introduction to kind of rock Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, in this cartoon, you'd expect Ash has come up against, or you know, at least seen or heard of rock Pokemon.
Perhaps it's seen on TV, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd like to think that maybe, just maybe,
You'd know.
You'd know, like, you know, these guys have quite a lot of, like, defense.
Yeah.
Find a way around it.
Yeah.
But this is Ash we're talking about. So, speaking of, his two Pokemon for this are Pidgeotto and Pikachu, quite high leveled, comparatively. We know Pidgeotto is about level 18 from his move, so he got Gust, Quick Attacks, Sand Attack, so decent enough for that point.
Yeah.
But still going to do sod all against rock types, by and large. Pikachu, on the other hand, is still useless. Negating the fact that, like, supercharging a Pokemon...
him.
Yeah.
Like supercharging electric against ground does nothing.
No.
It does more nothing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like simple maths
But
here.
he's twice as powerful. 2 times 0
Is still 0. Precisely. So as we believe, the only two moves that Pikachu has at this moment is Thundershock and Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
So we still think it's fairly good level, but it's still going to do nothing against a rock round Geodude and Onix.
Yeah.
So let's play it out. Battle starts with Geodude versus Pidgeotto. I think that's okay. Pidgeotto does have a good level advantage on Geodude.
Pidgeotto has Sand Attack. I would spam that to all hell.
This is the thing.
Get 3 or 4 Sand Attacks in. It's not going to do any damage at that point. And then I'd send out Butterfree and Poison Powder.
Yeah,
Powder.
if Butterfree was an option, then
It is
certainly...
an option.
Yeah, it is an option, but it was a 2 versus 2 battle. So, yeah.
Take out Pikachu.
Take out
Don't use
Pikachu and put
Pikachu.
Butterfree, yeah, of course.
and then we win.
We would win, yeah.
Yeah. That's not like...
It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Like, it's... You can... Yeah, there is a way around it, like... but yeah, you could... It is possible. But man, you'd be there for hours just going like down 1 HP, down 1 HP, Sand Attack, 1 HP, Sleep Powder, down 1 HP. It's going to be a long day, just saying.
Yep.
2 weeks might actually pass just trying to beat Brock.
He is willing to put in that time and effort in a Metapod versus Metapod fight.
Do you know what that was? That was just pure ignorance. That was being headstrong.
Yep.
Like, in fairness, I guess he doesn't have much else going for him. Like,
what else is he doing today?
That's true. You do raise a good point there.
You could buy a pet rock.
He'd
probably be a terrible owner of that as well.
Yeah,
he'd forget it straight away.
He'd forget to feed it.
And then he'd do a whole Team Rocket of like, which rock was mine? Oh shit.
He'd be such a bad trainer, he'd forget to feed it and it would starve to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it would keep pissing itself because it wasn't toilet trained. Yes. Sorry, what were you laughing at something there? No?
I don't hear your dog.
No, we don't. You know why? Because the door's closed. Anyway, just be thankful of that fact.
Yeah.
So yes, we would. There is a way around it, but by and large, from the Pokemon we see here, like Brock would just still fucking demolish them. Would really.
100%.
Yeah.
So Brock retains his pride at not being beaten by Ash.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, Ash's like
and
Pokemon League challenge. It would actually end at like episode 5. It would be game over. If we're doing like full proper like live loss situation here, Ash is gone. This is done. Nuzlocke style. Bucking out of it. Done. So yes, unfortunately that's not the case.
Aww.
So Brock is confused at Ash stopping, but Ash says the sprinklers were an accident. So at least he's acknowledged that fact. He knows he bluffed his way through.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have changed anything.
He's
so
a truthful little gobshite.
In fairness, it was quite a mature thing from him. So he said like, oh, I'll beat him my way. Or beat him properly, which is perhaps to get a Pokemon that can beat rock types. So Ash...
He has no money for Pokeballs.
Well, that's why Misty fucked him up on the lunch date by having him... He spent all his money on lunch, no Pokeballs. See, all part of our master plan to get him to use her Pokemon.
And he needs to buy her back a bike.
Yes.
So he might have actually paid her back for the bike.
But But she's trying to get him in debt twice for using his Pokemon to beat Brock and the bike.
Yeah.
Emotional manipulation. It's what she does.
Yeah.
It's what she's good at.
Typical woman.
Typical woman, I tell you. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I'm glad you said it. Or else I would have got it cancelled. So, Brock catches up to Ashton as he's having a stroll by the river, praises Pikachu for its efforts, and offers him the Pewter City badge. Because apparently it wasn't beating the battle, it was learning something from the experience that got you the badge.
Snore!
Yes, how awful.
This is literally Brock at the end of his tether, that he does not want to look after these kids anymore.
This is exactly what it is.
Any sort of excuse to get out of here. Oh, I'll change, I will train this, mentally challenged kid.
I'll follow him on his adventure.
He's as stressful as 10
I'm genuinely worried
kids.
for your pet. I don't think it'll survive another 2 weeks.
That's fair. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens, isn't it? Like, he just goes, oh yeah, look, I'm gonna go with you now because I'm really sad and lonely, apparently. I'm just sick of dealing with all these kids. So, I love as well, by the way, right? So after this, he explains then, like, he's actually not much of a Pokemon trainer. He doesn't like battling. He wants to be a Pokemon breeder, which is, I suppose, a more environmental aspect of it. He's trying to save the planet. But he also says, like, he can't because he can't look after his siblings. So at this point, Flint walks in and tells Brock to follow his dreams, takes off the fake beard and takes off a hat, and it's been Brock's dad all along. Looks exactly like him as well.
Brock from the future.
Brock from the future, yeah. Another idea for the title video. But I had to laugh at this because, like, has anyone never noticed that the beard was potentially fake? That perhaps maybe was stuck on. Like, I know you have a big beard yourself, but that's clearly not fake. Like, I can tell it's not. Fake beards look fake. And the fact he was living beside Brock all this time as well.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed. But suddenly when Brock's dad left to be like a Pokemon trainer, this weird guy Flint moved in 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Like, and selling pet rocks on the outskirts of the town. Bit odd, isn't it? Like,
it's such bad fatherhood as well to just watch your family struggle and be like, if you just bought some of these pet rocks, I could come back and help out.
He was waiting for them to come into his shop. And then it would be like a perfect serendipitous moment.
But Brock was too busy looking after the family to do that.
Yeah.
To go for a pet rock.
I can't afford a pet rock. Like, I have my own giant snake to keep, fed.
The upkeep on that snake is fucking monstrous. Do you have any idea how much to feed that thing?
Imagine it would be. Like.
Yeah. You have to feed it rocks just to keep it alive, for fuck's sake.
Which is the perfect reason he would have had an excuse to meet Flint.
But those pet rocks are too small. You need massive fucking boulders to feed that thing.
Could get stuck in the...
That's like feeding you a grain of rice. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you need something much more than that. Like feeding a fucking whale. In rock form. So, he gets all this off his chest, right? Why he was in disguise. Because he failed in his dream to be a Pokemon trainer and couldn't admit it to his family. Mm-hmm. Also that, and the mother died at some point, and the details. So Flint decides then, okay, now it's time to be a family man. It's time for me to settle down and admit that I'm a prick. So Brock goes, yes, I agree, Dad. It is time for you to be a prick. And I'm going to tell you how much of a prick you are, right? Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you all the instructions for all the kids you have to look after now. Because that's just...
Bye!
that's actually quite good revenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so this baby needs something, this child needs something, this one has this, and just rattles off all the things. Like, it's like this one tears all clothing, this one likes a certain amount of cereal, this one's allergic to fish or some shit like that, and just keeps rattling around and said, now I'm off, bye, and just leaves them for dead, practically. Like, we don't go back to Pewter City, I don't think. If we do, Flint could be there with, like, children hanging off him, going like, I am so underqualified for this. Pet rocks was so easier to look after.
Didn't complain half as much.
No. If they do complain, it's a bad sign, isn't it? Like, anyway, so Brock then officially joins Ash on his Pokemon journey with Misty, following just they're socially distancing. Misty continues on about his bike, blah blah blah, just details, and as well, like Ash tries to basically bolt. Yeah. So that to stop Misty complaining, and Brock just goes, yeah, sure, this looks like fun. I don't know what's going on here, but it sounds hilarious.
And runs off into the distance with them.
Yes, indeed. So much so that actually, just at the time, Tim Rocket had drilled their way out of the pitfall. Not sure how that goes.
They digged their way up.
They did. They actually had a massive fucking mechanical drill.
Yeah.
And don't ask us how they got there. Maybe, apparently James said, oh, I told you I'd get you out of this. It's like, really? If you had the drill, you wouldn't have needed it in the first place.
Dig up, stupid.
Yes.
Did they catch a bee drill? Like, to use as a drill? Like a passing bee drill?
Underground.
Yeah.
That would be doing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, know when bees are like dying because they're really thirsty?
Yes.
That's happened. And then they just gave it
And it fell into the pitfall.
Yeah.
Mm. I'll have to look back at the footage, but it didn't look like a bee drill thing to me.
Okay, I'm just saying it could have happened.
It could have happened.
Yeah,
It's possible. Yeah. Like a 1,000 to 1 chance.
Yeah.
So as they drill their way out of the pitfall, they get stepped on by Ash, Misty and Brock.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. And they fall back into the pitfall because they've hit rock bottom. End scene, Pokey Rock to play us out. So...
Awful, but anyway.
Yes, this is another one of those episodes everyone kind of remembers. Like, it's one of those episodes that, like, you remember as a kid going, oh, this, like, that's cool, Brock is joining us now. But as a kid, as someone who, like, is into the Pokemon games, you can also remember, that's not how you win.
Yeah.
that shouldn't have worked.
It's one of the early memories of, like, a nerd rage at,
yes.
Like, no, that's not how it works. Yeah.
Who do you blame? Do you blame the writers or do you just blame everyone else? Is it society's fault that this happened?
I demand they remake the episode.
Somehow the Catholic Church have had something to do with this, and therefore let's blame them.
I mean, if anything, if all else fails, just blame the Catholics. It's actually the easiest option.
Saying that this episode was based in Belfast.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
It all comes full circle. I love it. Okay, so we don't have much on the Pokedex to look at this time around. Only 2 new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can you hazard a guess which they were?
Floaty Boulder Boy.
Floaty Rock Boy, or Geodude, as its name implies, shockingly, is based off a living rock or boulder.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Shocking.
Who would have thought it? There's actually nothing else to talk about there. It is just a rock with a face on it. There's actually no trivia with it.
Yeah.
Would you believe?
Although Geo was a type of rock, and Dude because he's a floaty rock boy.
Yeah,
Look at them arms.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can you make that noise again?
Woo! Muscle flex. Bully boy floating around.
Moving on. Okay, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Yeah. The other new Pokemon we saw was the Rock Snake Onix.
Big rock snaky boy.
Yes. Now, I don't know what I actually really do like Onix's design.
Yeah.
It's so weird that like it's a really shit Pokemon.
In these games, it was all around like being defensive was never good.
Yeah.
Like it's unless you're playing these games, unless you're going to use it as a defensive, like I'm going to stonewall everything that you try to do.
Yeah.
It's not going to be of any use, especially with its crap special. And given how good the good specials were in Gen 1,
yes,
it didn't have a chance.
This is it. Like it was kind of one of those things we didn't realize until they launched it about like certain type combos like rock ground.
Yeah. Right.
They're both weak to the same things practically, which is water and grass.
Yeah.
Which are conveniently your 2 starters. Yeah, and in fairness, like that's what kind of fucks the likes of Onix up as well, because you could have looked at like Onix like a really defensive enemy in a game and go, oh fuck, not an Onix.
Yeah. And
you have to like just like whittle it around. Fair enough. If you don't have any water or grass type moves, you would feel that way when you see an Onix. But by and large, like when you see one, it goes, just switch out, flush it down the toilet, done. You know, especially for something that is supposed to be a pretty massive Pokemon. You could easily just like Razor Leaf and it's dead.
Size wise, like it is one of the biggest ones.
It is the largest unevolved Pokemon, and it's supposed to be like its full height is 28 feet 10.
Yeah.
You know, which is 8.8 meters if you're French. Yeah. So it's it's massive, obviously. But like I said, it's pretty much useless. Like you know, even its evolved form Steelix is not exactly great shakes either. Like it's all defense and nothing else really.
Yeah.
You know.
Boring.
Indeed.
But again, it's not like it can do much with its defense. Like it's not like it is great at throwing poisons out.
No.
And like it's there to like I'm just going to stay here and watch you try to kill yourself while trying to kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a punching bag.
It's a punching bag, precisely. That's pretty much it. Like obviously we've only had those 2 and that adds our total score to 19 seen and 5 caught for our Pokedex.
Lovely.
And that's pretty much it, lads. we've. I don't know what else to say about this episode. Like it's just it was
a solid episode.
It's not an episode actually. Yeah, like it was one of those very memorable ones. Like you know, the current like chain we have here, we have like 3 or 4 really like memorable episodes.
Yeah.
You know, it's good that we have the good ones now.
It's all killer and no filler as of just yet.
Yes, and then eventually, maybe 4 months into this podcast, it'll be the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And we'll be there having an existential crisis, going, "Why are we still doing this?"
Well, didn't the Metapod episode does not count as the first filler episode?
It's actually good filler. I suppose there's a good, as in we can talk about it.
Yeah,
right.
We can slag it off. Yeah.
But then there's gonna be episodes that we come across. I'm thinking of a few off the top of my head here that like.
The middle of the series.
I don't really know what I can do to make it interesting to the
Four,
listeners.
4 episodes where they're around a beach town, isn't there?
Yeah, it's something like that. They just keep going around and like Tentacruel attacks shit, and actually 2 of the band episodes come from that part as well. Actually, as I recall. So yeah.
I remember I got the books of the episodes, and I would skip out the books and I love books, and having an incomplete set now grates at me, but at the time I was like, I'm not buying that episode on book form because.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened in that episode. There's like literally no content to it. So
it was an episode about Tentacool. That's nice. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Episode of 2 rival gyms battling in the one town, and Pikachu falls in love with a jar of red sauce.
At least we can enjoy that part. That's at least noteworthy. But like there is going to be episodes where literally nothing happens.
Like we're going to watch back and be like, this never happened. I've never seen this before. Because I purposely blocked it in my mind.
Yeah. See Orange Islands for that as well. Fairness. Yeah. So anyway, that's enough for this episode. We'll be back next week then for Mount Moon.
Oh yeah. I have a great theory on this.
Oh, that's something to look forward to, lads. Let's see what our thoughts are on Clefairy, scientists, and light pollution, it seems.
And they're so cute!
There's a point for her being a girl.
Yeah, you completely expose yourself before this show ends even. Terrible. In any case, that is it for this episode. So I have been Jonathan, that's been James, that's been Bertbot. This has been the Jellyfield Bowman Podcast. Feel free to subscribe to Low Blows for more. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to listen to or watch even our gaming shambolicness at best. And follow us on Twitter as well if you want to keep up with everything that we are doing at Monday Madness LP. Until then, chaps, we'll see you for the same thing next week. Until then.
Bye.
Bye.